Welcome back to the StarLadder CIS RMR closed qualifier. We're hopping right into our last map of the day, and it just so happens to be Ancient Hawker. I'm so excited to hop into this one. We haven't actually got to cast a map here yet. It's going to be a real fun one to see how these two teams approach it.
Yeah, we don't have much in terms of knowledge on what either of these teams are going to be like on this map, but we do have one game from K23, which they were able to win against Lyngby Vikings 16-12. So that's a decent start for them. They also won a lot of their rounds on the T side there, which is a positive sign. If they can get some T rounds, that's definitely important on this map. Whenever a new map comes out, it's going to be important to be able to find that. Whereas for 100PingGods, they chose to switch what this third map decider would be. They didn't want to play that same map as last time. They didn't want to go ahead and go over to Inferno. They wanted to go ahead and switch things up because they got beaten pretty handily on Inferno last time. So they go for the Ancient, maybe a bit higher variance, maybe a bit of a chance for them to cause some chaos and just kind of try and thrive in it, which is kind of how they have been finding their success so far in this series.
Yeah, no one really knows. When we get to Ancient, no one knows what's going to happen, right? It's just this unknown quantity that you can pick the map and think you're really well prepared, and then you go up against your opponent and they're even better prepared, right? You don't really know what's going on this map right now. It's all about being confident in yourself and going towards this, which is why we haven't really seen anybody picking the map, of course, and just leaving it as the third map decider. So I'm looking forward to see what we've got here. I really do think it's just going to be a brawl. I'm glad that both teams have kind of woken up on that individual front. We got to see more out of K23 over on Overpass than we did on Dust 2. But over on Dust 2, if we're looking at more of a scrimmy style map where we're looking at these individuals clashing across the board and everything's getting let loose, no protocols. It's all about these huge individual plays and moments that I really do feel like 100PingGods actually had a little bit of an advantage on that first map across the board with firepower. So they can get a little bit of their Dust 2 magic going. Maybe there's something here on Ancient. I definitely have seen some scrappy mid fights coming in, some of those B-ramp fights. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what we've got here.
Yeah, and that whole area around Cave can be a lot of close-range fights, a lot of chaos in that area of the map if you get the CTs and the Ts both trying to fight for it. So that's definitely a possibility too. We're getting underway here, and the CT pistol round I always find is pretty hard on Ancient. K23 have decided to stack mid early with 3 players, Norbert playing back on the B bomb site, while 100PingGods are going nice and slow, nice and patient, walking their way up towards Cave.
Smoke in towards the left side of Cube, and now they're going to push forward. I mean, Alex, this is where all of our old calls that we've been playing with our teammates are going to start slipping through on the cast, but it's a wild fight towards the back of the B side. Every kill coming in, Nealon getting a double, Norbert even stepping up as well. And it's just Smiley left in the B ramp, left looking, scouring over the site itself, and the jumping players come into his crosshair. It's planted on the pillar. He's going to try and take a little bit of a fight onto multiple players as that defuse is being stuck with a kit. It's a round win for K23 to start off Ancient.
Nice work from K23 there. I think that B site is really hard to hold on the pistol round, so I like the way they have such a passive setup. They wait to see if 100PingGods try and push for good post-plant positions, which is exactly what ended up happening. They tried to push all the way into the backside of Square to be able to get some good spots. Didn't work out for them, though. That is an instant mid-smoke off the back of the spawn. Iceman's going to try and run out for the early mid-control and get past that molly. They aren't expected to beat here. Dren, however, wins the battle, and oh boy, Duke Fasura burning alive.
Oh, good flash out here as well. Mo. He's got his shiny Prince stream. It actually looks kind of cool in the temples, doesn't it? With the color aspect, the lighting. Winter bringing himself up over the ledge, heading into the caves, and 3 players about to walk into Nealon.
Ooh, bit of damage done. That MP9 can be good in these sorts of positions. He's got a smoke up towards B ramp, which is why he's fully focused on the cave side. Now he's got the rotation here to help him, though. Winter playing in that close cubby, peeking out into the open. Deeg in hand, seeing if he can find a way into this site. Some players ready to split this B site from the other side, but time is ticking here. K23 aren't giving away any early opportunities.
Oh, that Molotov is not landed at all. Nealon now close by, has an orbit split for a bit and switch. The M9 takes the initial attention. M4 out, good. Double kill that for Norbert. Very quick to react upon those, and now 2-0 up. It's K23 who are definitely feeling comfortable at the start of this one. 100PingGods not really in a situation where they can fully invest.
That early molly kill ended up coming through. And yeah, it was weird that 100PingGods actually smoked off that cave position themselves, and then Smiley tried to push through it. I guess they were hoping that K23 would overlook that spot, and maybe they would have if they had fewer players on the site. K23 had so many players stacked towards B that they could just watch everything, even watch that smoke, win the round for their team. And now the MP9 could be having a field day here against the Kevlar-less opponents.
Fame holding around the corner. Good kill on the Sorrow as the bomb goes down, and Mo is just going to try and creep around the box side. Good flash out to the right. That's going to keep Winter at bay. Just lying down with Mo peeking out, getting the good kill. It's just these pistols that should be tearing them apart, and it's a good chance to build up some money. Smiley with his Glock in hand. He's going to try and find something in the smoke. Upgrades the Deagle. It's almost a skill in itself, being able to track that Deagle through the smoke. But he's got it. Will he be able to do anything with it, is the question.
Got to get a slight move on. 25 seconds remaining. Don't want to be surviving when you don't get any money for that. So ends up trying to take a fight. Goes down. And now we will get ourselves a proper gun round. So far, 100PingGods have shown much more play towards B in the early rounds. That could just be due to the weapons they had, though. We are expecting, with the full rifles, more of an ability to play across the map, the potential to fight for mid. They also have that AWP of Smiley, which could help in that. So let's see what the first default round from 100PingGods looks like now that they've got the full guns out.
Bullets rattling through the smoke. K2 grenade about to bounce off the wall in front of Dukasfura. Dude, that is a mouthful right there. But the kill comes in anyway, and Soren's going to creep around the edge of that cave smoke, looking to try and peer over the ledge. Nealon not spotted anybody in the smoke. Oh, good flash. That forces Smiley away from the boost in position. Very strong area of the map. You can get boosted up on top of that box to peer up the B ramp. Nealon just very tight corners being held here in towards the cave area.
Smoke lineup from Smiley. Landing towards top mid and to take away some information from K23, who have to adapt their defense now that they've lost mid control. Time could be a factor here, though, with 40 seconds remaining. 100PingGods could fall foul to the time pressure if they're not careful. Winter's lurking over towards A right now, and it looks like that bomb's going to try and go back to B, but Nealon's got a pretty good position. They're not going to go in through cave whatsoever. That could make this B play much harder with only 20 seconds left.
They're going to start walking up the ramp. Norbert is going to be holding to the left side of the pillar, looking for his pick, and Iceman has been taken out of the round. Well, they realize time is so limited, they have to get on the plant. They're going to go for it, but it's not looking likely. Smiley gets out of this one. He gets the bomb planted, at least a little bit of money, but overwhelmed by so many players. The teammates coming in from K23, every single player getting a kill.
It's been very slow so far from 100PingGods. Maybe a bit too slow. I mean, you can see just in terms of the actual output of the players, they only have 2 kills across the entire team from the first 4 rounds. So I don't mind the slow starts to the round, but leaving it so late to set up the actual play into the bomb site is scary, especially when you haven't taken much map control towards B. Yeah, you've kept the opponents honest towards A, but you still have to find your way into that B bomb site. And here come the early mollies from K23, trying to slow 100PingGods down. You can throw plenty of nades over that wall, but this is the faster paced play we were waiting for. They're going for the B play, and they've got the early kill.
Yeah, impressive stuff. Iceman coming in with a double kill. Nobody kneeling down, and it's just a Dren, Fame, and Mo left alive. Man advantage right now for 100PingGods. They'll be feeling very happy about this turnaround. Good headshot onto his Dren as well. He's been brought down and out of play. Mo and Fame. You know, 2 players. They'll have to save into this one. 100PingGods, that's what we're talking about, Alex. That's exactly that scrimmy style of play you were talking about coming into this, right? It's just that if you make it chaotic, if you allow those individuals to have moments like that where Iceman just runs right through them, that's what you can win you these rounds if you're 100PingGods. That's what some of these rounds will come down to.
And I'm glad they've realized that mixing some of those rounds in is probably the way to go about it. I don't mind, I don't hate that 100PingGods were trying the slow defaults across the map to begin with. I think that's maybe what they've been practicing, but putting that practice into an actual game scenario can be a completely different thing. So they've got to throw in some of those sorts of rounds, and I'm glad that they did so there. Worked out nicely for them. And now K23 have got something to think about. This is a jump throw smoke. I've seen FPX use that quite a few times. It will land all the way down into the B stairs. It's a nice smoke to throw early alongside some mollies, but you can see the Ts themselves are going to throw a smoke up towards the top of the B ramp. That makes it really difficult for the CTs to actually push down here early.
Well, Windsor taking Fame out of play. Going to be a 5v4 man advantage right now for 100PingGods. Yet again, getting that opening. Smoke into cave as well prevents vision for Mo. So he has no idea how many players are walking in front of him, how many are transitioning into middle, or how many are transitioning from middle into B. So Mo is really locked out of getting information in this situation. So Dren now becomes the player in towards Donut, named by CSGO, and he's going to go down. Donutted to the head.
I'm calling it donut for the rest of it. I saw actually CSGO ran that
CSGO,
poll,
yeah,
right,
that's what I'm saying. CSGO replied.
Yeah. So it's got to be.
Yeah,
exactly. We are calling it donut. We've confirmed.
Krispy Kreme donut. Look, dude, there's so many sponsorship deals you can go with this. Krispy Kreme, get them in. Dunkin' Donuts. Who wants it? Someone's got to get their name on that. Your name here outside of donut area.
The Dunkin' Donuts donut play of the game.
Yeah, I mean, the
How
Simpsons, we can make some sort of like Simpsons crossover, CSGO. Let's do it. This is why we should be ahead of the marketing team, Alex, you know? Anything donut related, put us in charge.
Exactly.
What's your favorite donut?
Whichever one pays me the most.
Well, that's, yeah. What type of donut, though? Is in like...
Oh, sorry, right.
Yeah. Always thinking about business first. There we go.
I don't know. I haven't had donuts in a while, to be honest. I mean, a jam donut is just a classic, if you want to go for that. But I'm not really a donut connoisseur, to be honest. I probably need to expand my taste, expand my horizon a bit.
So obviously, I moved to Poland, and there's this really cool donut place beside me, and they make Kinder Bueno, white chocolate Kinder Bueno donuts, and they are so good, man. So bad for your health, but so good. It's so good. Anyway, we got a little sidetracked, didn't we? Back into the action. Round 7.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of other teams picking up on the utility. Oh boy, oh no, Norbert, that's a tilter right there. Nice man, able to get a couple of entries into this B-bomb site. He's doing it again. This time a Dren there to deny any further action. He's actually got a second kill for his team, so he's brought it back to a much better position. They have lost the B site though, and conceding the bomb plant so early makes this retake really difficult, especially as the T's still have nades.
Dren peeking in towards the T doorway. He's Spotted out a player, does a little bit of damage now. Winter creeping in behind from spawn. He hasn't really got an idea of where they're playing from. They could be anywhere at this point. And this time is ticking. It's all on the CTs to try and get back in. And luckily one has come in, but Winter, he's waiting for his time to strike. And Cobra ready to get on in. But Fame has spotted the flank. The kill has come through the molly, burning away. But it's just not enough time to win the round here for Fame. He has to sprint and leave the site behind. Another round for the 100PingGods. It's not clean, it's not beautiful, but it is effective in getting them a third.
Iceman's been instrumental for them so far in opening up that B site. I think he's going to be the player going back to the ramp positions often. Looks like they have that default stance set up. Now we've got a double AWP setup from K23. Interestingly, it's Fame who picks up the second AWP. He's been playing on A so far in this game, but honestly, A has had almost no action, and oftentimes it won't have any action. So I don't hate it, having the AWP to solo hold the site, but it might not be able to have too much impact if 100PingGods keep on just abusing that B bomb site.
Well, a good kill from Mo. That's going to give them the opening, finally. Too often, K23 losing that opening kill and getting themselves in a really sticky scenario. But after finding it, they can feel a bit better about themselves. Just under a minute now. Play. Kneel in at cave. Smokes come in again. Execute very standard. Molotov in front of the cave area. Smoke off to the left side of CT spawn. At least to open the right side, but luckily they're just treading that out effectively, getting his default plan in time and time again. And that Molotov burning away the planter right into the waiting arms of Mo. And that's a good shot on the AWP. That's a good sequence of utility usage. And then Smiley walks in with his knife out, unfortunately. And that is going to be a round win for K23 on the retake. I mean, these executes are pretty nice, but they just lose too many players immediately upon the post plant, right? They're getting into the site, but it's just holding on to it is the difficult part for them right now.
Yeah, that might be the way K23 continue to approach that B site. I think it is kind of favorable for the Ts to actually push in initially and take some fights, but if you just sit back in these safer positions, then the post plant is somewhat difficult for the Ts fairly often. They're not going to have great positions if you don't give them the fights to begin with. Still not much action over towards A, at least not in the recent rounds. Fame has managed to do well to get himself 7 kills so far. But yeah, again, at the start of the round, this B play is normally what you'll see. 100PingGods taking control of that shelf area, making sure that they can peek mid from 2 sides, and being able to collapse on mid like that makes it so much easier to take the control.
Smoking to top mid. That mid control is already taking. Good execute out. I think Kaze was actually the Malaysian sniper from Vici was showing us some magic Molotovs on social media. The molly lands from T-spawn right up to Donut. It's pretty incredible. So I don't know if you've seen that, Alex, but it's pretty nuts.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. But Norbert, that's his right corner. Here's so many cubbies on this map, and that's one of them. And Duke Fasura has certainly been a man of the cupboards. Good kill to find, and an opening kill drawn in favor of the T side as 100PingGods now feel comfortable about this situation. Gonna start walking their way up. Nealon. The attack, he comes out up the ramp ways. Nealon in with a headshot. Winter able to take out Nealon pretty quickly after. So 3v3, bomb not planted, and that is a bit of an issue right now because they've got to find a way onto the site with 10 seconds left. Luckily getting an important kill. Locking in the plant is Smiley. 100PingGods have the advantage into the post plant, something they haven't had all that often. It might just be the difference maker in this one. In K23, they don't really have a whole lot left. But they're going to go for this anyway. Charging in, hitting the headshot. It's a Dren that's pulled it back into the 2v2, but this time is taking Their options are limited. They need the kills quickly. They need a mistake. They need an overextension, and all that comes their way is death. It's 4 rounds for 100PingGods, and they can be extremely happy about that.
They've actually put the CTs in a pretty poor position, economy-wise. It was a nice shot from a trend, but it wasn't enough to win them the round. What sort of investment do we get out of K23 here? I assume not a massive one, although as soon as I say that, Mo has bought himself an AWP. The rest of the team not following suit, so I guess this is a hero AWP play, but I don't know if Ancient's the kind of map where you can really make that work. I guess we'll wait and see if Mo can prove me wrong.
I mean, they do this quite a bit, don't they? They really have a lot of faith in Mo. It's an interesting boost coming in. It kind of is a difficult angle to come around and predict, so it gives them an extra millisecond or so to react. Get the shot off first. Obviously, that makes the difference in a lot of AWP situations. But they come off the boost, they dismantle it, and nothing found from it early, so hanging around in the same position with that AWP becomes a little redundant, because obviously you want to get that AWP all over the map. You want it to be in a position where it's able to farm kills and really deliver impact. If you're going to go for a hero AWP like this, that's what it needs to do. It needs to sing. It needs to give you something in the round. You can't invest that much money into it and expect no return, or minimal returns.
The other hope might just be that if he hangs around on A and we get the B play, K23 have been saving their guns so far on those A players, so saving the AWP could be an option. Yeah,
definitely. It's like buying your AWP in advance, right? You want it for the next round, you purchase it into this one.
Next day delivery.
Yeah, it's already stored up, ready to go.
Same day delivery, I guess.
Yeah, same day delivery. It's the Amazon drones. They've flown there, dropped it down. Well, Nealon is going to be a deagle. Oh my god, it's not clean, but he eventually gets away with something. Just one pick for him. Luckily, AK-47 coming back into play as well. And Sora looks to go around the corner here. Spawn, ready with a flash of his opponent. Ned goes deep. Do damage onto the players now aggressing into the position. Sora has been able to find Norbert. Sora wants to play with a gap. He's not done. He's bloodthirsty. Wants to add a little more to the stats. But you can see it already. Mo is hanging around. He's still looking for a couple of these exits. The rest of his teammates seem to be in far safer positions right now with nothing of value. So definitely just holding on. Eventually we'll back off and we'll get that AWP into the next round. And that really does feel like we had this sort of argument of going on. Get right back to that with it. The B side feels like the A side, you know? It's just kind of the way the game plays kind of feels like the A side should be over on B. I definitely get that. You know, there's just the play style, it just feels like that.
Yeah, it's just the much more common sight to hit right now. So much action on it, which is oftentimes what you think of when you look towards those A sites, and just much more open, I think.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
right now it's cool B.
Yeah, because the A site kind of reminds me a little bit of just 2B, where you just kind of rush through the tunnels out into the site. Kind of hilarious how that's it. The amount of times I've misspoke and said it was the A site is crazy. Here we go.
Hard to keep track of. We might see some action on the A site in this round, though. It's been very quiet here so far. Maybe that's about to change.
Yeah, Fame is holding the angle with the AWP, though, so it should be at least one kill, unless they have a good flash line. He's got that cover, that box, so any days to come over, he's going to have to land right in front of the space, and that's exactly what's happened. Fame is under so much pressure. I thought he would be able to get a second shot off that. He did get the shot off, just not accurate enough, and here he is again. This is juke corner, man. This is the juke cubby, and he's got himself a headshot. And Mo again in a safe situation. This is horrible to watch for K23. Every execute has been perfect here for 100PingGods. It's such a boring game for the CT side, just constantly having to back away with no real chance of winning the rounds. And it's just those initial fights, just too many players coming in, too explosive.
And unfortunately for Fame, when you're playing that specific spot with the AWP, you don't have anywhere to fall back to. You're basically saying, I'm committed to the site hold. I probably can't get back anywhere in time, so it's going to have to be a multi-kill. Oh, what is going on here with the K23 buy? Norbert's got an MP9. Everyone else has pistols, so his money might be a bit dodgy in the next round. But yeah, there are plenty of options. Great spray from Iceman. Straight through the smoke. Mo will be pretty pissed off about that one.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. He's not had the most thrilling game of Counter-Strike so far. I think definitely you can forgive him if he gets a little frustrated as the game goes on. Norbert starting to walk his way up the left. Look who's out to his left side. It's Smiley. He also had a second player, if needed, Iceman over there to get the trade kill. So dead to rights in that spot. Fim and Nealon now just holding for what they hope is a wandering player. Wandering victim to entrap and ensnare. The aggression of Fim. Steagle goes around the corner, no kill for Winter. Under a minute now in play. Just a matter of time before this round's done. Winter's just holding. Didn't find a perfect angle to deal with some of this aggression. Changes up the angle used and gets both kills. 7-5 for 100PingGods. They really have been putting the work in here on this third map.
Yeah, I was half expecting this to be a switch in map for third, just as 100PingGods taking a gamble and playing a map that they think both teams don't really have too much experience on. I assumed they maybe would have some very basic strategies down, but they seem to have a somewhat deep playbook here. They've got a lot of the nice nade lineups. That's one that G2 have been throwing a lot. I think they pioneered that smoke, which lands up towards the shelf and smokes off this cave area. You can see that's helping 100PingGods get a lot of this early control. They boosted up Smiley this round too, but it's Mo with the AWP who nearly had the chance to have a clear line of sight onto this player. Norbert going aggressive though, good flash, good spray with the MP9, and it had to be the no-scope from the AWP to finally deny him any further damage.
I like that though. It's a little bit of a disruption play coming in from Norbert. I think that's what's needed. You need to get in their heads. You need to ruin the play that 100Ping have, right? These executes are so good, but if you can get in there and destroy the execute before it even starts, that's when you stand the best chance of winning these rounds. Mo just peeks out, gets his kill, but finally goes down quickly. But Mo is alive, this time kicking. And Smiley, with his AWP, goes into the cave. And he's got himself a chance here to win the clutch. Smiley is so close to the angle, but this might just be too close even for him. Oh, that angle is always difficult to walk into. And Fim had the M4 ready and waiting. Another round for K23, but this time it has to be off that initial play for Norbert. Just getting in there, getting in their head, destroying that execute before it even got started and creating a little bit of chaos when the attack comes in.
Yeah, I like that play, flashing yourself, or getting flashed in rather. I think there's a flash lineup that you can jump, throw this one over the top. It's really effective. The teams have found out some really good flash lineups for that position, and once you get that flash in, you can wreak havoc in that sort of spot. So nicely done from K23 to find an adaptation, to find a switch up on that B side of the map. You could do with a few more here, though, towards the end of the half. In come those mid mollies. You're going to see those in the majority of the rounds. You can shut down that right side of mid early to at least force the T's to take mid control a little slower. Smiley on this same angle with the AWP as well. Looking to the back right corner of the site, but no one here to fight him right now.
Oh, small chance there for Iceman. This angle's so difficult to shoot back at when you're on the CT side, right? It's just the clipping's hard to figure out. The angle's just difficult anyway. So as a T player playing on the edge of those smokes can definitely work out for you. But look at this mid aggression that's just come in, Alex. They found a kill on the ledge. They found a kill down into elbow. And now Mo is looking up for another pick, potentially coming out of that ledge area.
Molly will force Iceman back. And with little time left on the clock, 100PingGods would want to take some fights right now. They're about to try to take some fights right now, but not favorable ones. Nealand's been dealt with. Norbert also getting another kill. And despite Smiley's one-shot landing, there's not much more he can do there.
Feels like K23 have done a very good job at sort of stamping out any fire that was in some of these 100Ping plays, right? It was really quite impactful. It was explosive. They just had a nice package they could deliver. Whereas K23, they've kind of stopped that. They've kind of taken the spring out of their step a little bit. And that has completely slowed down and really depotentized this team. They just do not look like they have anything going for them on the T side anymore. Their attacks just seem a little flat. They seem a little... I don't know. They just seem much less impactful. But Smiley, he could start changing that. If he starts to become explosive at the start of these rounds, that can give them those advantages. Those man advantages can obviously end up in heavy executes that are difficult to hold on, and that might just be the turnaround. Norbert and Adran getting kills almost in tandem, so we're at a 3v3 already, Alex.
Mid control has been taken by 100PingGods though, and there's a lot you can do with that. They're starting to see if they can split into this A site. This time Fame in a further back position. You can fall back from here, but he commits to the site through the flames, and Smiley was waiting for that exact play to come through. Triple kill from the T side AWP, turned into a quad kill. He is wreaking havoc in this round and leaving it all in the hands of Norbert.
But on the edge of the smoke, coming in with a headshot, 8-7. 100PingGods will lead the way at the half. A good performance yet again out of Smiley and Winter. And these two players have definitely been the standouts for me. Watching these guys play has been a real luxury over the last few moments. So definitely great to see them continue that into the third and final map. And it continues to be a bloodbath, Alex, between these two teams. Whoever makes it through today definitely deserves their spot in the main event.
It's been a hard-fought game for both of these sides. So those shots from Smiley, that was actually a really hard one to hit. Just getting to those angles slightly before his opponents in all those positions. Now he's got the chance to do the same on CT side. Gap in the smoke. Not going to be made the most of, though. Winter spots those players coming into A, and he'll be calling for backup.
Oh, pistol rounds start looking good again for K23. Pretty good at these. Have been throughout the series. Fame dancing around with his Glock. It's now just Iceman in a 1 versus 3. And this round is looking all but done unless he can hit very quick headshots, get back in on that defuse quickly. They're both running away, realizing, okay, now we've got the man advantage, we can just play the time. We can just run this clock down, really put the pressure on him. We don't even really need to peek him, just get some info. One player can still go down and the other can stay alive, and Iceman pulled into the trap and snared, and Adran able to hit the headshot for the pistol win. We're tied up again, Alex. It's been, what, 3 hours, and we're still at the same point. Nothing separating the two sides.
Yeah, nice round from K23, though, with the fast play in through Donut into the A site. I like how quick they were at just getting onto that bomb site. Again, if you have the pace like that, unless the USPs can land some really early kills, they're going to be put under so much pressure. Once you start funneling out of that choke point into the site, it becomes incredibly difficult to lock it down. Even scoreline, but K23 should be favored to take the lead, considering they will have the better buy ahead of this upcoming round. Looks like we have a timeout ahead of us. Probably a technical pause based on how long it's been. And considering how long these teams have played, can't blame them for wanting to sort out their tech issues, make sure everything is good to go before getting back into the game.
But this camera is next level. This is a phone, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
It has to be. Fair play, though. Setting up the phone as well. You don't have a webcam, just pop the phone in. Just proves that anybody can do it. Thank you for making the effort. He's got his mask on. He's super safe inside here, Norbert. Oh, it's below the nose. He's eating the jersey now. Very hungry. It has been 3 hours, so we can't blame him for becoming a little peckish. I wonder what it tastes like, Alex.
I can't imagine it tastes good.
No, I wouldn't say so. This nice looking setup here. Very yellow room. Very bright though. Very colorful.
I'm not sure he made that choice, but it's a bold choice. Gotta say.
Seems like some of the players are playing a lot together. 2 are at home. So two playing at boot camp, sorry, the rest are at home. Interesting. Or are other jerseys just very similar, Alex? That is the question.
Hmm. Oh, I haven't seen
It's got the
this
snacks.
before.
Nice view out the window as well, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, this is a nice apartment he's got. Looking good, man. Anyway, let's hop back into the action. Round 17. It's weird having a little window into the players' apartments and bedrooms, dude. But that's the power we have up here, Alex. We can just snoop on them.
Exactly. And now we get back into what we're really here for, the Counter-Strike. And 100PingGods with the worst buy after losing that pistol round. K23 with a couple of rifles. Smiley requiring a smoke to keep him safe. Mid control taken by K23 fairly early on. CT's much more focused on stacking this B site right now.
Yeah, and you cannot blame them considering how difficult it is to hold on to that B site, right? So hopefully this mentality of grouping up, the mob mentality might just work out for them. But unfortunately, it's looking like the A flight is about to come in, and Winter's got one, but not more than that.
Making sure they throw their smokes into that A site before committing to anything. There are players behind Norbert that he's not ready for. Bomb yet to be planted. This could get somewhat scary. Mo should be here to save the day, or maybe not. He goes jumping into the temple. That costs him his life.
Oh, turning around as well. Good kill on the Deagle. Oh, this is horrible. What a nightmare for K23. They went to the right side of the map as well, Alex, but every kill on the retake here for 100PingGods. And they will get themselves a 9th round.
Oh, I think...
Oh, that's just nuts.
Yeah, I think Mo probably didn't need to jump into the temple in that position. Maybe just holding it is safer when you're still trying to get that bomb down. Obviously, Norbert getting completely caught off guard didn't help either, but fair play to 100PingGods. They managed to turn it into a somewhat scrappy situation, and they managed to make the most of that, putting K23 back down to a poor position.
Smoke down into middle. Adrent looking over the top of the smoke. Nothing spotted from it. Well, how many times in the series so far have we been in this situation, though, where at one point we're like, this is looking really good for K23. They lose some ridiculous round. This is looking really good for 100PingGods, and then suddenly it just flips the other way. It's just been that kind of series, hasn't it? At least from Overpass. The first map definitely not, but from Overpass it's been very back and forth. Ooh. Dread.
And it's got to be him getting the majority of the work done with that AK. The rest of the players have almost nothing to work with. This has turned into a bit of a slog, I think it's fair to say, for both of these teams.
Yep. Doing what they can with limited tools. 40 seconds left. K23 certainly going for the B plate. I kind of like this, Alex. You know, you've got weaker weapons. Why not just group up and try and explode upon the site? You can get in. You can often get a bomb plant just with the numbers you've got here. Something out of that. If anything doesn't come of it, it's just money. But look at the setup you have right here with the defense. They were ready for everything. I mean, I like the idea, but just the setup was perfect from 100PingGods. They got the right read. They had everybody in the right position. They shut it down.
Shut it down, indeed. Yeah, that cubby can be really hard to clear out fully.
Yeah.
Oftentimes in the gun rounds, you'll see a molly specifically for that spot, because otherwise you've just got a completely different angle to turn to, which makes it so hard to also clear the other angles at the same time. We've got that gun round out now, but K23 don't have the full nades they would have wanted. That could be a problem for them if they do want to go for one of those site plays.
I'm a big fan of the mid-control protocol here from 100PingGods as well. It's just take straight away, throw a deep molly, throw a deep smoke after it, take full control of mid. And that severs off such an important part of the map for the T side, who don't even have ledge control right now. They can't even challenge down caves. So 100PingGods at this moment in time have all the maps to play with. So it's coming down to these fights, and because, like you said, they don't have utility on the T side to get back control back, they're going to have to use bodies. Orbit has won that initial fight in towards Caves, and now gets the kill as well.
It's a small gap in that smoke towards B ramp, but I don't think it will lead to anything right now. Sorrow reclaiming control of this position, but Mo was waiting for him. Iceman there to back him up, but now he's the only player here towards B, and they know exactly where he is. Smoke lands into his position. Norbert ensuring that that flank won't come through too quickly. And Winter, the only player remaining, seeing if he can maybe get a lucky kill to give him a chance on the retake. But a 1v3 looks like it's too far gone.
So fighting back again, no one really going on a streak, no one really getting going with momentum, but Winter can certainly take a couple of names down. You know, it's not like they have much money here. That's actually pretty effective when you look at the outcome of the economy. Losing 2 players like that is huge.
Yeah, that could be a good difference maker. Makes this round all the more important. Going into round number 20. We've got a timeout ahead of it because I think K23 realized this is a great opportunity to make their mark on Vertigo. Oh, not Vertigo, Ancient. Jeez, this does not look anything like Vertigo. I was just thinking to myself, what's the most recent map added? And oh no, it's not Vertigo anymore, is it? You silly sausage.
No, it's definitely not. Well, Alex, it's been a long day. So
It has.
We'll give you that one. I mean, it's still better than Vertigo. Definitely the map that needs the most rework. Oh my god, the Trent just turning back. It's always cool to see kills like that. Here's a magic Molotov, straight out middle. Dren throws it down into ledge area. Venting early peeks on the box or climb up onto the box. That means you don't really have to challenge mid, but you know you haven't lost control of that area. So that piece of utility is quite an inexpensive way to not commit to middle, but also maintain control of ledge.
Dig out for Winter. A lot of close angles you have to clear as you enter this area on A as a T. You can see Winter walking around all of them, deciding he's going to play a bit further back. Smoke down in towards Donut means that Sorrow will decide to fall back because he realizes K23 could sneak all the way up through mid. And Mo himself is having to clear a bunch of close corners here, but he's done so. Got himself into a good position. That's a nice shot from Smiley, though. Getting aggressive on B and taking initiative early in this round.
Mo was about to walk around the corner. Winter now getting into tighter positions for the deagle in towards A-man. He's found a headshot, but now they know they've got to deal with a player in towards A-man as they come out of the donut in towards the B site. They're going to have to go to the A site. They're going to have to deal with these deagles still in play. And Iceman's even got one in towards CT spawn. This is good so far from 100PingGods. 9 seconds is all they have to hold on for. That bomb trying to get planted. Can it go down? No! 100PingGods get all the kills. And it's another round stolen away again from K23. They had pistols on 3 players, 1 rifle, 1 AWP, and they win the round.
Wow. And it puts K23 in such an awful spot where they have to just go for pistols. Man, what a swing round that could be. Yeah, they've gone for another one. They thought they were going to be... Yeah, they thought they were going to be in a position where they were in a great spot, where they were just focusing on winning that round and putting themselves in control. And now it suddenly becomes a very stressful situation. A nail biter for Norbert.
Yeah, and Mo here. Oh my god, he's got bendy hands. Remember those kids in primary school? Or I don't know what you call it anywhere else, sorry for that. But, you know, when you were a young kid. Do you remember those people who used to have, like, triple joints, Alex? All those weird kids that would do weird things with their hands. Do you remember those guys?
I don't really know if I had any of them at my school.
Sitting flicking their fingers and bending their wrists and doing all kinds of weird things with it. Yeah, there was a lot of freaks, I guess, in my primary school. All inbred, probably. Anyway, hoping into round 21. It's going to be just a Galil in play here for Norbert. And they've scrapped together what they can, Alex.
Here comes the fast-paced play. Iceman up close. Flash helps him out. In comes Duke for Sorrow to back his teammate up. And Sorrow also there to assist. Mo's got a Galil, but he's got a 1v4 on his hands. And he also can't get past that player. Yeah, really solid hold.
It was quick as well, you know, get us out of that round as quickly as possible. But the worrying thing is for K23, they invested into that round, which means nothing in this one either. So it's likely to be much of the same. So we're looking at possibly, most likely, 13 rounds for 100PingGods, 13-9 scoreline, 3 away from qualifying for the StarLadder RMR main event. Incredible stuff. I don't think I would have said coming into this tournament that 100PingGods were going to be that team, but what an impressive showing so far. I think they'll be happy about the fact that their qualification game is up against a domestic opponent, right? Because you generally do fare a better chance against domestic opponents, even if they, on paper, should be better than you. You just have that little bit of a chance, I think.
Yeah, we've definitely seen that come through here. Should be 13-9, although with how this game has been going,
you believe?
Wouldn't count anything out.
Do you really believe, Alex? Do you still? Let me ask you a question. Do you still believe in the Tooth Fairy? This round, this one ain't happening, surely. And if they win it, I'll start believing in all kinds. Well, they get a bomb plan. That's not bad.
I'll take that. And they'll go ahead and take that into the next round. Extra $800 across the board. They're going to start sticking that bomb. Fame's only got a Glock, so as he goes running in, Smiley will be waiting for him. 13-9 in favor of 100PingGods. The upset might be on the cards here. K23 will be buying, but they will be leading a round at this point. If you lose this one, you are in trouble.
Yeah, this is kind of like, if you lose this round after buying everything, it's kind of like when Instagram influencers spend all their money on getting a picture on a private jet, and then they just go sit in economy or something.
Yeah.
It's all the facade, none of the actual goods. We'll see that they get paid on round 23 with a win. Sora just been trying to get aggressive up there quite a bit. Held back this time and forced away, in fact, back in the middle. But they should be aware of quite a few players going up in towards the B area.
Both teams holding their own areas of the map that they've established control on. 100PingGods have been liking to heavily reinforce this B-bomb site. They've done it again here. Smoke goes up into mid for K23. There's no presence there from the CT, so instead they've decided to push aggressively into Cave. But that lack of mid control could make them paranoid if they're not careful. Here comes Adren around the corner. Nice clear on the first angle. Backs away, but Sorrow is still close by, tucking into this right corner. Have they spotted this man here? They could be about to run into a crossfire.
Well, they're taking their time. But it certainly looks like this could be a possibility. But that smoke, that's going to throw a spanner into the works. That's going to slow everything down.
Oh, this fake is working. They've thrown the fake smoke from mid, and B is wide open.
Sprinting right in. It's going to be Winter with the headshot, but the B site is where everything is happening. Sora's going to hear the footsteps. You'll hear everything happening, but it's too little too late, and he can't get involved. It's a brilliant round pulled out for here on the K23 side, but will they be able to hold on? They had a man deficit, but that's been changed. Oh, Winter, 2 headshots, and open up again. It's Mo into the 1v2, AK-47 for the post plant. And it's this position I was talking about earlier on, Alex. It's very difficult to flush players out of the spot. You've got to do it, though. You've got to be able to take him out of this area. And they move forward together, and Smiley is so quick on the AWP. Straight onto the defuse, straight into the round win. A nice round from K23, but in the end, they just cannot hold on.
So well done by Winter to deliver those 2 headshots in quick succession. He was the man that killed the player faking on A, and then, oh, the transfer is lovely for 100PingGods. That's really the moment that got them into a great position to win the round. And even when they predict wrong, they move over to the wrong side of the map, they're able to bounce back, get back into position over on B. K23 played that round pretty well, but just 100PingGods exceeding expectations in some of the fights puts them 14-9 up.
This mid-control has been very solid for 100PingGods, and it really feels like K23 do not want to fight for that mid-control. They'll take a lot of the B control early on, but going in for this mid-control just seems to be something they would rather avoid. And I can understand it. It's quite difficult to get that as a team. This is a lot of the early discussions we were having, Alex. So they go in for some of these B hits straight off the bat. And Nealon's been able to find Smiley. But Iceman's been unchecked, and just like an Iceman, he finds himself a double, 3rd kill. Ice in his veins, of course, and he looks for the 4K. Spraying away, couldn't quite complete it, but Soro comes in. 15-9, Alex, here on Ancient. 1 round away. 100PingGods about to get themselves a spot in the main event of the StarLadder RMR.
And I'm sure they will be delighted if they can get that one more round, because this is not what we were expecting coming into this series. We thought K23 would be able to show us what they can do as a team with the tenure of some of these players, with some young and talented players mixed in onto the roster. The 100PingGods, the largely unknown team, have come through. Now, though, it's K23's turn to fight back. 2 instant kills on mid, denying that early CT play. Iceman wants to see if he can take a risk to get his team back into the round. He'll control the shelf position. They'll also push all the way down into B.
Oh,
and Smiley wins the fight because of it.
How does he do that? That's so ridiculous. Smiley's an absolute animal, but luckily for K23, the rest of the squad are doing a good job of taking kills. 1 between 3 players, Dran, Nealon, and Fame, all tasting a little bit of victory. But it's the double ops that remain. One of them being Smiley, the other Winter. 2 incredible players who have performed very well so far in the series. And Smiley, he's over here taking another kill, kicking ass, taking names, and looking for a little bit more. HG grenade could land onto the 77 HP player of Nealon. Does Smiley get the right read to throw the grenade? He's going to wait for the tap of the bomb. That's going to go in. Does a little bit of damage, not enough for any kills though. And again, retaking a site with 2 ops, it's just a little bit too unrealistic, especially with his flank coming in.
Oh, they are locked in and they don't know it. Fame delivers both headshots. K23 pick up their 10th. Still money on most of the CTs though, so I assume we'll see a buy. I'm sure someone will drop for Iceman, who's been integral so far on this map. 15-10. K23 not out of it just yet. Last round came from the fast play onto mid, though. Not sure 100PingGods will allow that to happen again. You can already see the early utility being deployed so that they don't lose any early fights.
Oh, Mo. Trying to catch them on the right side here. Good flash, good peek. Iceman comes in. Nealon is down. Flash at the ready over the top here, Mo. He's going to try and peek out to the right side. Scoped in. Nothing yet found. His teammate Norbert might just be the player who can pull this round back. that position again, that little cubby over there has been unchecked, and Iceman is in there right now. And we've already seen how strong it can be because you have to worry about so many angles. Oh, and that edge of that smoke nearly worked out for Fame to get the kill to drop back, but not enough damage done onto the AWPer of Smiley. So it is Norbert again, the player that has to do this. The cubby's going to get checked. Iceman's not ready. Oh, Norbert walks right up into it, and they've turned this one around. Fame has got his kill onto the AWP over at the A site, and suddenly it's a man advantage for K23, and it just keeps unraveling here for the 100PingGods. They once stood tall, but now they crumble. And Plant comes in, and 11th round will be added to the tally as K23 continue to stay alive here in Ancient.
Qualifier is sticking around. Good headshot, but so much more to do. That man's low. Second kill confirmed for Duke Vasura. Might try and tap this bomb here. He's getting on it. He's locking it. They're not near the bomb.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's going to get off it just in time. Fame comes round the corner. But for a split second, I thought he might have a chance to steal away the series.
That was nearly the worst end. Imagine you qualify for the RMR like that. Imagine you miss out on a spot at the RMR like that. Oh, it would have been ridiculous. But anyway, it is going to be a tack timeout coming in here for the boys over on K23. Take a look at what it's going to be over on the other side. 100PingGods, they don't have money, Alex. They don't have enough to buy. They don't have anything to play with here. So we are looking at a very likely 15-12 scenario. Nice sunset out the window there.
Lovely.
Curtains closed like a real gamer over here.
Gotta hope the sun's not setting on their chances to make it to the main event.
You would hope not. But here we go. Round 27. It's going to be a pretty boring round. Take a look at the US piece. I have to say, though, you will be a little bit disappointed if you don't even give this a good run. K23, you know, it was 15-9 at a certain point. They brought it back to 15-11. They got to go for it now. They got to go for glory. And Winter's going to try and get a Zeus kill just to humiliate them in this round at least. And too long range. That is so quick from Mo.
Won't be fooled today. Smiley's Eeg rotating over. It's a tight angle you have to go into, but he's really got to hit the first headshot. As soon as he doesn't, he's in trouble, walking into the flames. 12 rounds as anticipated for K23, but in comes the buy from the 100PingGods. AWP will be dropped. I assume Smiley is going to get that into his hands. Eventually, they shuffle it over to him, while everyone else will be getting their rifles. No kit in play for 100PingGods, though. They'll be looking to lock down the round on the bomb site itself.
He's gathering outside of A. 3 players coming over here. Winter, he's going to try and play on the side. This is actually a very strong angle. You know, a lot of players will try and jump up onto the boost, but you can actually just use this area to just get a nice little tight angle onto the A hit, but they know it's coming. They can get the footsteps, they get the execute, and now Winter goes, but he cannot get a kill. Zoro luckily snapping back into things. Duke Vasura taking one back as well, and now he's worried about all of the different angles, but it's Zoro that walks right into a Dren, and now all that hard work might just be undone. A 3v3 again, but this time 100PingGods cannot throw away another kill. The bomb's not on the site, it's not planted yet, and Smiley, oh, he's so aware, but Norbert is quicker, more accurate and ready, and he's got himself a headshot. 2v2. It's only the bomb left over there, and Norbert, they know exactly where he was. He's into tempo, but he's found a headshot quickly. He's into the clutch mode. 1v1 now, up against Duke Vasura, and he cannot stop him. It will be the 100PingGods making their way through to the main event. The StarLadder RMR will continue without K23 moving through today. It's an impressive result, Alex. 100PingGods coming into this. I don't think any of us expected them to make it through at the start of the tournament, but they've impressed us all.
Yeah, really impressive upset. Got to give them a lot of props for coming through here. We were wondering if that switch up in the veto would make the difference, if that was a bold move that could cost them, but it ends up working out brilliantly. Going into that Ancient, they took that risk of switching up the maps, and it ends up getting them the win in the end. And I think they showed us that they had put a good bit of time into this Ancient, so I'm glad that that switch up paid off for them in that sense.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited to see more of Ancient as well. That was a really fun map to cast. Honestly, it played quite well, actually, Alex. I definitely enjoyed it. I think it was kind of cool seeing the teams kind of figure out what they needed to do as the map went on, and you've seen lots of different approaches as they sort of adapted to what was being thrown at them. For the most part, good flow to the map overall, enjoyable cast coming in there. But I think when you take a look at the teams moving forward, this K23 team, they have pieces they should be doing much better with. I feel like they're just one piece away from being a very solid team, and it feels like Norbert has to do too much of the work, and I don't really like putting too much pressure on a player. Like, just one player, there's only a few in the world that can really handle that and really carry the entire team. I feel like they need another big hitter, another player that can go in there and do the damage. And it maybe doesn't have to come in the form of a roster move, maybe just another player getting a role shift, or maybe just stepping up and being a bit more confident. I think Finn definitely showed some moments there, so maybe they've got it in them, but not right now. They're not looking that solid as of right now, but they should be in the future.
Yeah, and for 100PingGods, I think just getting to the main event is a great result for them, and I don't know how much they can expect to do going into that main event. As we were saying, a lot of good teams there, a lot of high-level competition, but just getting your name out there, putting yourself on the map, maybe one player will step up and prove they can do it against the top-tier competition. Maybe more players step up and we get really surprised. But whatever happens, it is a really good platform to build from.
Yeah, so obviously we've seen this play out now. We've seen Group B come to its conclusion. You take a look at the progression of 100PingGods has now being confirmed into the main event. The two teams moving out of Group B are Forwards and 100PingGods. Did say at the beginning of this group that likely to be Forwards and K23, but 100PingGods coming in, surprising us all. It's a pleasant surprise. I'm hoping they can do something when they head into the main event. They've got lots of talented individuals that can certainly pull off something. But Hawker, final thoughts on this group?
Yeah, really nice upset from 100PingGods. I think Falls also showed us that their new additions have been rounding out this roster quite nicely. And you have to remember, we've still got a 5th place decider tomorrow. And I'm definitely curious as to who wins that one. Over in Group A, though, we had, I think, some more impressive performances from some of these teams. Namiga, sure, they don't come out of the group in 1st place, but they showed they could hang with the best of them, taking Entropic very close in that best of 3 series. And then Khan have been another nice surprise throughout this tournament. They did lose against Namiga in that decider match, but they have been more competitive than we might have expected, especially considering they made it through the open qualifier to get here.
Yeah, definitely. I think we had some exciting results, especially today as well. Namiga make it through to the main event, taking down Can. You said they had some positive signs over there for Can. They certainly did. But Namiga just looked like a different breed, right? They're just looking very solid. They're not quite the next level, but they have a lot of good individuals that get them through. The team play solid as well. So Namiga certainly deserved their spot in the main event. And obviously we just closed out the day with that fantastic best of 3 that went all 3. The first time we get to see Ancient here in the closed qualifiers, and it goes 100PingGods' way. Kazakhstan rematch, I'm sure in the future will be fun to watch. Maybe a bit of a domestic rivalry becoming between these two teams. And I'm looking forward to seeing that continue, Hawker. You know, as we move forward, what teams are you most excited for as we get into the main event? Because now we know the teams that have moved through the RMR, that will be starting very shortly. Obviously, we got the big boys, but is there any team you think they can do it?
I'm excited for Entropic. I want to see what they look like against that top level of competition. I really do think they can cause some upsets. I think they've got more gears to go to in that main event.
Yeah, well, it's been fantastic today. Again, thanks to everybody at home that has been watching throughout the day with us. You've had so much action. It's a long day, so thanks to all production for putting everything together over at StarLadder. It's fantastic to have them back in here. And thanks to you, Hawker, for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow for that 5th place decider matchup, like we said, so make sure you tune in for that one. You can check results across all news platforms, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.